that thinking of you, members of his family, is what gave him the strength.
Tonight on DC News Now, what Senator Chris Van Hollen says about his meeting with Kilmar Abrego Garcia and his attempts to bring the Maryland father home.
Hey everybody, going into your holiday weekend, we're going after 90 degrees. I'll show you when, coming up.
The body of a missing Maryland woman found. 2 people are now facing charges in her death.
Setting them up for success, the clothing drop to help former inmates get back in the job market.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. New developments tonight in the wrongfully deported case of a Maryland father, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, currently imprisoned in El Salvador. Now, federal judges and even the Supreme Court have ordered his return, but the Trump administration says Abrego Garcia will never be brought back to the U.S.
Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen was in El Salvador and managed to meet Abrego Garcia yesterday at a hotel. But El Salvador's president insists Abrego Garcia will remain in prison. DC News Now's Max Marcilla has been following the story for us and joins us now live at Dulles Airport.
And Max, Senator Van Hollen was told several times that he would not be meeting Abrego Garcia. So what changed here?
Well, Chris and Susan, the senator believes the change was pressure both from here in the United States and in El Salvador. So he got a chance, after all, to meet with Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the first person to do so since he was detained last month. And we learned from the senator just what these last few weeks have been like for Abrego Garcia. Senator Chris Van Hollen greeting Kilmar Abrego Garcia's wife Jennifer with a hug, having just met with her husband a day earlier in El Salvador.
This case is not just about one man. It's about protecting the constitutional rights of everybody who resides in the United States of America.
After ICE officials detained him in Prince George's County last month, Abrego Garcia was sent on a plane to Socote, a notorious prison in El Salvador. The deportation was deemed a mistake by government lawyers because Abrego Garcia had an order barring him from being sent to El Salvador.
He was traumatized by being at CCOT.
9 days ago, he was moved to another prison, one he tells Senator Van Hollen has better conditions, but he's still blocked from the outside world.
His conversation with me was the first communication he'd had with anybody outside a prison since he was abducted.
But even this meeting came with controversy. The senator called Margarita Gate. He says Salvadoran government officials placed these drinks on the table, appearing to be some sort of drink with a salt or sugar rim. The photos released by El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, who says the men were sipping margaritas. Van Hollen says, look at the rims. No sips were taken.
This is a lesson into the lengths that President Bukele will do to deceive people about what's going on.
All of this as the Trump administration shares allegations that Abrego Garcia is a gang member, which his attorneys deny. Van Hollen with this message.
So I say to the president of the Trump administration, if you want to make claims about Mr. Abrego Garcia and MS-13, you should present them in the court, not over social media.
Senator Van Hollen says Abrego Garcia told him he's feeling sad that he is in prison because, in his words, no crimes have been committed. Reporting live at Dulles Airport, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, coming up in our next half hour, we'll go to Capitol Hill and our national correspondent, Basil John, with more reaction to Senator Van Hollen's visit there to El Salvador.
My friends, we have made it to Friday.
Did it.
Congratulations. And my goodness, what a weekend we have in store.
Absolutely. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb is here, and we have a holiday weekend. It looks spectacular.
Yeah, this one is going to be a warm one across the DMV. It's beautiful right now. We were starting to notice increasing clouds, but folks, if you enjoyed the warmth today, it's going to continue into the start of the weekend. At this point, winds are still pretty gusty, 25, 30 miles per hour. Fairfax County down towards southern Maryland into Fredericksburg as well. And so these winds, they'll die down after midnight, but still at the 9 o'clock hour, 73 for Loudoun into Leesburg, Fredericksburg, out towards southern Maryland. Everybody's sitting into the 70s. It's a little bit cooler for Baltimore County, but all in all, this is one of those ideal Friday nights nights, right, where you're still dealing with a few clouds, but by no means are we talking any precip in this forecast until really tomorrow morning. That's when we'll notice our next frontal passage, but it is not super aggressive in nature. It does come with some light to scattered showers throughout your early morning, mid-afternoon, but folks, we are headed for the upper 80s tomorrow. That's the bigger weather story across the DMV. More of that coming up.
And then, Janessa, we have new video tonight of a car fire. Our crew is taking video of it along Branch Avenue in Prince George's County. You can see here, it's just south of the Southern Maryland Hospital Center. The fire department telling us nobody was injured. It's still unclear, though, what started this car fire.
A tragic development in the case of a young Maryland mom reported missing 2.5 weeks ago. Police believe they found her body buried in Prince George's County. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg brings us the latest in this cross-country search.
23-year-old Lesbia Ramirez Guerra was last seen March 31st. Her boyfriend, Casey Barrera Rosa, reported her missing 2 days later.
From the onset, there was evidence that we recovered immediately that led us to believe foul play was involved, and her boyfriend was a person of interest.
Charles County Sheriff's Office spokesperson Diane Richardson says after a day-and-a-half search, detectives found a body just outside Cedarville State Forest.
The area where she was found was about 50 yards outside of the forest, and it was about 40 yards in a wooded area, and she was buried about 5 to 6 feet below the ground.
Richardson says digital forensics led them to that area. Investigators initially focused on the family's car.
We saw that the vehicle moved from the front of the house and then went to the back of the house. There was some activity back there, and then the vehicle came back out front and left. And during the 2 days, we believe that's the time that her boyfriend and his uncle buried her.
Guerra lived with her boyfriend, their 2 children, and several other people. Richardson says detectives worked tirelessly to bring some closure to the family.
It was a moment of relief for the detectives that they were able to tell her family we have found her. But it was very sad as well. And our community has been such a great support in offering their prayers and support.
Barrera Rosa is currently in custody out of state, but he will be brought back here to Charles County. Now, Rosa's uncle, Rolvin Eduardo Barrera, is charged as an accessory in her death. He is being held here at the Charles County Detention Center without bond. In La Plata, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
And breaking into a business in D.C. You can see him here and kicked down the door at MLK Jr. Avenue in Southeast near V Street. The man then stole from that business before taking off. If you know anything, you're asked to call D.C. police.
A Maryland officer is seriously hurt in a crash overnight in Prince George's County. Investigators say an accused drunk driver, ran into the officer in Fort Washington. Investigators saying that the officer was looking into a crash on Route 210 around 3:30 in the morning when another driver slammed into that police cruiser, sending that officer into the guardrail right near Indian Head Highway. Investigators say the driver had a blood alcohol level that was twice the legal limit.
This officer, although he is now in a lot of pain, he's very lucky. Now they're doing tests on him as we speak out of an abundance of caution to make sure that there are no internal injuries. But from what we've heard from the family, he's doing fine, he's speaking, and he is in very good spirits.
Investigators say the driver remained on the scene. He was arrested and now facing DUI charges.
In the district, a new beginning for ex-inmates. There were several programs that set them up for success,
including a clothing drive where people were donating gently used professional clothes. This is going to give them a chance to prepare for a return to the job market. There was also a roundtable to help people in transition from incarceration back into society.
It's an opportunity to alleviate strain on individuals that just came home and alleviate strain on their family. The more that we can help them to be connected, to get the things that they need, increases public safety, reduces recidivism.
Other upcoming events include an expo next Wednesday to help people get vital resources like job training and treatment programs.
Happening tomorrow, a massive Easter egg hunt in Tysons, Virginia. That hunt will have 3,000 plastic eggs spread across 3 acres. There's also a petting zoo, paint and sip, and of course visits from the Easter Bunny. It'll cost you $20 to participate. That event will be held at the Perch on the campus of Capital One Center. It goes from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon.